Hello and welcome again to your regularly scheduled moaning about the state of English rugby. Today, women's rugby. English women's rugby is a success story on paper. World-class Red Roses, Homestyle World Cup, sold out Twickenham. But dig a bit deeper and the cracks are obvious. Today, I'm breaking down how the RFU is falling short from community neglect to elite underinvestment. There is a grassroots exodus in regions like the North East. Clubs like Darlington Woden Park and the Sharks have folded. Talented players are forced to move south due to lack of opportunities or sponsorship. The club chair Francesca Johnson-Harden called it heartbreaking. Despite the RFU promising to support a 10-year development plan, there's little tangible follow-through. Girls leave the region, the talent pipeline teeters, the RFU response is a vague future plan, and there are elite level struggles. The Premier 15s League is still a long way from being truly professional. The salary caps currently limit squads to just 190k. Not enough to cover expenses, let alone living costs. Exeter's Susie Appleby said it bluntly, you can't cover your expenses, this isn't semi-pro, it's amateur with paperwork. Clubs are spending over 300k annually just to stay competitive. And even with the RFU stated commitment, central contracts for Red Roses are exempt from the cap, creating imbalance across clubs. You look at the legacy programme, Impact 25 versus the reality. RFU's Impact 25 is supposed to be transformative. 12 million invested in facilities upgrades with 3 million already distributed, coaching education, under-12 girls rugby and sanitary provisions in clubs. But while facilities improved, many of these initiatives address symptoms, not root causes. For example, 89% of female players reported pain wearing men's boots, increasing injury risk, yet few clubs stock women-specific gear. There's also concern that funding cuts could still hit women's squads hardest. Reports show that when budgets are squeezed, women's and sevens programmes suffer first. There's visibility issues. The Red Roses are world dominant with 6 straight Six Nations wins and they're W15 champions. Yet only 63% of rugby fans can name a single player, despite initiatives like O2 Goggles and impact campaigns. Big matches still struggle to sell out. Twickenham expected only half full for its Six Nations Grand Slam decider. Their tickets must be better for the World Cup. The criticism of RFU governance is real. Bill Bowman has called for the board to focus less on corporate salaries and more on rugby development. With serious reform, women's rugby remains tokenistic. The players' voices matter. In other unions like Ireland, players say they were ignored or excluded from decisions, even with basic kit changes. This shows cultural problems remain, not financial alone. In conclusion, if the RFU really wants to match their rhetoric, here's what they must do. They must fully professionalise the Premier 15s, raise the salary caps and fund the clubs properly. Expand the elite pathways beyond southern England so talent stays local. Commit to visibility, not just event day spectacles, but weekly coverage and player marketing. They must hire rugby-savvy leaders who prioritise women's rugby, not just economics. Because no matter how good the Red Roses are, if they aren't supported at base level, the game dies somewhere else. The RFU must match performance with purpose or risk undermining their own success. Let me know, what's your biggest frustration with how the RFU handles women's rugby and what would progress actually feel like? If you found this eye-opening, hit the like, subscribe and ring the bell. Keep the conversation going because God forbid the girls' rugby needs our help.